I think starting out, you have to have a really good support system. You can't just go into this with nothing in your pocket.
Well, define support system.
Like say my family, my wife, she's willing to put up with me completely doing a 180, changing careers.
In terms of your income, or in terms of your emotional tolerability of being around?
Well, I think a little bit of both. I mean, she can put up with me so long until she, wants me to get out and do something. But that's,
they'll get a real job, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it isn't. Some people don't consider it a real job.
Yeah.
But it's not a job. It's a career.
I do. The one percenters, I consider it a real job. I put that up there with a lawyer, a doctor, anything.
Yeah, but this is coming from somebody that didn't know a lot about it. Only had friends that were in the business. But you don't really talk to them about what do you do, because you kind of want to leave business at home.
I tell you, if you're thinking about getting into the real estate business, here's some advice that I would give you. You've got to not only assess yourself, but you have to assess the market that you're in. And if you're in a seller's market and there's low inventory, at the end of the day, when you're talking about you got to have the ability to hang around, I would say in a seller's market, if you're making that transition, you need to have at least 6 months PITI, if you're in the mortgage business, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, but no, 6 months of living saved up, your monthly bills, 6 months of that, in order to get rolling in this business. Is that right, Heather?
I agree.
Me too. And as soon as you make the money, the first thing you do is put it back in your savings account to prep for the next 6 months when you're going to need it. Yeah. You always, it's a revolving 6 months. So that's one fallacy I want to make sure people are clear on, because this is very important, friends, very important. But you always need 6 months, because when that market turns, if you don't have the money, you don't survive, and you're going to go back to the job.
So here's what people do in the real estate business. And it's so important, whether you're buying or selling, to know this about a real estate agent. Are you a full-time agent? Because when you talk about 6 months in reserves in order to hang around to learn the business in a seller's market. Now, if we're in a buyer's market, okay, you bar the door, it maybe take longer than that. So people go to work at Walmart part-time. I'm using Walmart as an example, right? A part-time job to make ends meet till they make a sale, right?
Ian, what are you doing? Ian had a brilliant idea in my mind, probably the most brilliant idea I've ever heard, to supplement income.
I don't want to give it away.
Oh, you don't want to give it away?
No, it's fine.
No. Okay.
I also I do rideshare driving, so I drive for Uber and Lyft, same time.
What does that pay? Maybe I'll do that. I'm a talk show host.
It does the job.
It gets by, right?
Yeah.
So you.
I think another key piece of this is what is in real estate, Ian. So we deal in geography, right? Yeah. We have to know streets and roads and systems.
I'm learning all those streets.
Yeah.
You drive around looking at the next.
I've seen more of Dallas in the past, I'd say 4 months, than I've seen in the last 6 years.
Yeah, and so you're always looking at properties.
Always.
You got an eye for it. You know where you're at. You know,
I know
the neighborhoods.
I know
and you're getting paid for it.
Exactly.
And you're getting paid
Bravo.
I know what neighborhoods have the maybe some hail damage, or have FSBOs, or I see a lot of competing, I guess, realtors and brokerages, and I know streets, and I meet a lot of people that are coming into this town and leaving this town. So it's a really good. I guess. Do
you feel like? All right. So you got the lay of the land. I think it's brilliant.
Me
right?
too. Brilliant.
Plus you got the lay of the land, and he's getting paid for it.
Yeah. Plus, it's you're a worker. I think Willie earlier you
never
said,
bored.
Never bored. But you're what are the traits of an agent? You have to be a hard worker, and so that's a hard worker to me. Somebody that's willing to get out there and just do what it takes.
Yeah.
You live hard for a few years to live the life that you've always wanted forever.
There's a saying, you can never fail if you don't quit.
I don't have time to quit.
Yeah.
I don't think the wife would let me quit.
I need to meet your wife. I like her already. So I think it's interesting that we get a really good overview of what challenges a new real estate agent is facing getting into the business, what challenges a person thinking about getting into the real estate business faces,